A nice warm evening in the Windy City is as good a time as any for SFL football. Good evening and welcome to the Thermoplex here in Chicago, where the Warriors host the Bojer City Steamers. It is the battle of the 1 and 2 teams as Chicago tried to bounce back from a trouncing in Vancouver. Meanwhile, Bojer City, visiting Chicago, tried to carry the momentum of a win against Sin City in Week 3. I am your play-by-play commentator, Mark Lopez, and with me in the broadcaster's booth, once again, is the one and only Steven Molinex. Steven, it's nice calling another game with you. I hope we have another great game here tonight, but I have to ask, what do you think are the keys to victory for both teams tonight?
Well, Mark, wonderful to be here once again with you. Anytime that you can sit down with a buddy and watch football, it's always a good day. For Bojer City, the key for me, Mark, is they need to run the ball. I think they have a very balanced offense, top 10 in both the run and pass categories, but specifically going up against a weaker run defense here against Chicago. They need to run the ball. That means Rob Noel. I want to see a lot of him tonight. As for Chicago, hey, got to keep it clean. Keep those turnovers down.
Very good keys to victory for both teams, as we will see Bojer City come out in their offense for the first attempt here on the field, as Johnny Pickler and company will strut out on the field with those beautiful white tops, dark blue pants, those beautiful sleeves, I dare say one of the best in the league. Coming out here in ace formation, first down, looking to throw Pickler to the left side. That is well covered, intended target, looked like Dave Axis, but we have a penalty flag on the field.
Yeah, Zach Hamburger there. They're going to call him for pass interference. He did look like he was tackling the receiver just right before the ball got there. I mean, it's close, but look how close he is already. He's already running right into him. So there was contact way before the ball even got there. I'm not sure when that tackling motion started, but enough for enough contact there for the refs to call the flag. Oh, the flag.
Wide receiver Vin Calio was a target. The penalty will move them up to their 31-yard line. First and 10, split backs, 3 wideout formation here. Could be an ISO play down the middle, a broken tackle. Rob Noel picking up plenty of yards. That's almost a 20-yard gain, and that's the run game defense that you were talking about there, Steven.
Oh yeah, and that's taking advantage of that middle of that defensive line. And look, Rob Noel, back. It used to be a former fullback. And you can see some of that power he's bringing. He's done a lot to progress as a running back, add a lot of speed to his game, but he's got the power when he needs it.
Tight ends in the left here, going to be a handoff. No, it's a fake out here, roll out, throw to the left. That is good. That one, a catch in coverage there. Garrison Blue, the tight end, with the great catch.
One of the things in preparing for this game that I was really surprised by with Garrison Blue's average catch per game, nearly 17 yards per catch, Mark. That's not typical for a tight end here in the SFL. That means they're using Garrison Blue as a deep target. Great example right there.
And a great shot downfield as they set up near the red zone of Chicago. Split back once again, 3 wideouts for Bojer. Another ISO dive down the middle. It's good for 4 yards. Let's introduce you to this Bojer City offense, who has been already steaming tonight. Johnny Pickler, the quarterback, Rob Noel, the halfback, fullback Speedy Gonzalez, wide receivers Dave Axis, Ben Talia, Jeff Banfield, tight ends Adam Williams and Garrison Blue. On the line, you have Yogi Bar, Pokey Bar, and Jukin Rukin. Second down and about 6 here. Joker set for Bojer City. It's going to be an outside run off tackle, will be tackled down. Gain of about 2. It's 3rd and 3.
One of the aspects of the Bojer City that we haven't talked about yet, Mark, is that, they do have Rob Noel as their running back. Their backup running back, the guy that's actually got the rushing touchdowns this season for them, Nimchik, he's inactive this game. So they're going to have to go with a backup. As you saw, they're not as effective.
Rob Noel unable to convert on 3rd and short as Chicago holds strong. They bent but did not break, forcing a field goal here for the first points of Bojer. Field goal is up, kick is good, and Bojer City first on the board with 3 points A 2-minute, 15-second drive encapsulated with a field goal, and that's going to put Bojer City ahead to start.
Yeah, what a wonderful first drive for Bossier City. Exactly what you want to do if you're coming into an opponent's house. You want to be the first one to land that punch, put the team on their heels a bit so this crowd can quiet down just a little bit so you can actually hear the play calls being shouted out and things like that.
So a solid drive stalled there inside the territory of Chicago. So now Chicago has a chance to answer back as Type Attack and company will roll out on the field. Let's get to introducing this offense. A very unique roster here with Type Attack at the quarterback. No star wide receivers. Instead, they start off with their no star halfbacks or running backs. Their wide receivers are Caleb Giffis, John Fullerton, and Bobby Tarantino. Tight ends, Dean Jackson and Paulie Truth. Their linemen, they have Jackie Jones, Jesse Fullerton Galarza, Finney Flex, Rick Ross, and Robin Mono. First down here with 3 wideouts for Ty. Ty's gonna step back, look to pass, will scramble to his right, gonna find some room, picking up 9 yards, tackle down. They'll say it's a first down. What a great run by Type Attack.
Yeah, and this is what this kid does really great, right? Able to really recognize how much time he has in the pocket and then knows when he needs to leave the pocket. That is a rare trait for an SFL quarterback, and this guy's got it in space. You know, for me, back in my day, you know, I'm a little bit of an older guy, but Michael Vick, he has similar traits to him, I think, just knowing how to get out of the pocket and that speed to take advantage of those holes.
And take advantage of holes he did as far as Type Attack goes. That was a great run on the outside. Had to scramble, though, but this time we'll throw once again. We'll let the ball go. Ooh, thrown into coverage as there were more white uniforms there more than there were red.
You know, Mark, just because they don't have any, star running backs on this team, it doesn't mean they don't utilize the running game. And you have to do so if you're Chicago, because defenses, if they think you're just going to pass, they're going to scheme for that. They're going to prepare for that. And I think a lot of teams do that already. So you have to throw the run in a little bit.
2nd and 10 is going to be another throw for Ty. A short dump off down the middle on a slant route. That's number 40, Dean Jackson, the tight end.
And so now we get into a really early critical 3rd down here for Chicago. They have to answer back to what Bojer City did as they went down the field pretty easy.
Quads left looks here, motioning one receiver from left to right. Type Attack will look to throw. Will throw to the right. That ball is not caught. Hit the target, but unable to bring it in. That was Paulie Truth, their premier tight end, but covered well by this Bojer City defense.
Yeah, and really, I think there's a little bit of pressure there that Patak felt as I think he released it just a bit earlier than he wanted to. He did have potentially some, at least one receiver running wide open further down the field, but you know, sometimes you get target attached, and on 3rd down, you're going to go probably to Paulie Truth, the most talented tight end, or one of the most talented tight ends in the SFL.
After only one first down, Type Attack throw 3 incompletions, and this punt by Chicago will put Bojer City inside their 20-yard line, approximately at the 19-yard line. So as far as punting statistics go, okay, they'll say it's at the 20-yard line. Perhaps one for the inside 20-yard line punt, one towards that incentive of 3 in a game. We shall see, but Bojer City going to be first down. Ooh, 8 strips here. You got 2 tight ends on the line and 2 receivers on one side. You see maybe Rob Noel there in the backfield. It's a throw. Here's the throw to the inside. Nice quick slant route. Targeted Jeff Banfield, and he catches it for 5 yards.
Yeah, nice vision there by Pickler. I thought for a second he was going to go to the running back out of the backfield, but I think he moved off of his main target and found Banfield on the middle of the field, deciding to go take the short yardage gain over maybe something more troublesome.
Pickler will hand it off as Rob Noel will pick up 1, 2, and they'll say he'll pick up all yards needed for a first down.
And this is something we're going to watch all night, Mark, is that without that second running back, and because of the stamina hit that these running backs now take, like that's going to be a point where they may struggle, and something to where Nimchik, you know, if he was actually in the lineup, could really take advantage of. 3 straight runs to end the last series. They couldn't get it done. This one does.
Quads look, it's going to be a pass here by Pickler. Will throw, will find his man. Beautiful throw and quick catch by Dave Axis. 5th reception of the season. Prior to this game, he had 71 yards. He's been having a productive season so far, I think, Steve.
Yeah, and one of the most lethal kick returners in the league. But I think it's all in the sleeves, Mark. I love these flame sleeves. Whoever has designed those, put those in, congratulations to you. Those look awesome out there. But no, Dave Axis, one of the most lethal returners in the league we have right now, and a great receiver.
Ooh, great hit, great tackle here by Chicago as they blitz the running back Rob Noel behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a loss of 3 yards. Great defensive play by Chicago.
Yeah, and credit to Chicago's defensive coordinator Mike O'Neill, one of the best guys here in the SFL. Love that guy. Their run defense has been a little bit suspect. You can feel it tighten it up.
But a beautiful pass here once again. Number 86, Garrison Blue, who is playing at an all-star level, 237 yards prior to this ball game to go with 2 touchdowns in the season already.
I'm pretty sure Garrison Blue refuses to catch a ball that isn't 10 yards past the line of scrimmage. This guy is just a big play threat. And again, these 2 tight ends on both sides of the ball, 2 of the best in the league. But Garrison Blue, they've really made him a deep throw specialist, really.
Rob Noel will get the ball, but he will not get the yards. In fact, he'll get negative yards there. Tackled on the line by DJ Kilgannon. Great tackle.
Yeah, Kilgannon's already shined a bit here in this game. And you can see there, Noel getting to the outside, and there's 2 Chicago defenders waiting on him. They're doing a good job of stuffing the run right now.
Pickler will throw again. Pickler this time unable to connect on that quick timing route. Jeff Banfield can't come away with the catch.
But I think it was what's exactly what you want as the quarterback. You've got one-on-one coverage. Your receiver's big, tall, can shield out the defender. Just a great job of Chicago's defender there to knock the ball away.
Bunch look. Pickler will throw again. Pickler will scramble. Pickler will be sacked. And that's going to push them way back. They were almost at field goal range, but this is going to put them in the stratosphere and cannot kick here. Will punt instead. What a play by Meliodas Manning.
Yeah, Manning actually able to avoid the blocker on the blitz there and get to the quarterback. As you saw, Pickler could feel the pressure. It was coming from his backside, able to move out of the pocket like he wanted to move, similar to what we saw Patak do. Just couldn't get away from the speedy Manning.
Punt here will put Chicago at the 23-yard line. That sack will put Johnny Pickler at his 4th sack of the season in 4 games. So this offensive line, pretty good when it comes to protection. But Meliodas Manning, the little wrinkle that Chicago has on that pass rush, the cornerback blitzing. So now here, first down at their 23-yard line. They line up an empty bunch here. Motion wide receiver to the left, and look at that, Steven, 4 wide receivers on the one side. Type attack will throw, deep step back, throw to the left. Ooh, difficult throw into coverage as that will be tipped and incomplete. The tipper was Stewart Somalia.
And you mentioned it, Mark. You know, they're trying to gain some kind of advantage by motioning one of the receivers over to make it really overloaded on one side. But, you know, Bojer City doing a great job of overloading that same side with defenders.
Empty bunch again. Ty will throw, short step back this time, but this is once again thrown into coverage. So now 5 straight incompletions by Ty, stretching back all the way to the previous drive.
Well, Ty comes into this game completing, you know, just about 59% of his passes, 5 interceptions on the season, 4 touchdowns, 1 touchdown he does have on the ground. But yeah, they like to throw, just hadn't found a rhythm in this game yet.
Bojer will rush 5, middle linebacker blitzing. Here's pressure, here's the throw, it's good! Time, the tackle will not be denied, will not get his 6th incompletion in a row, and instead will find Pauly Truth.
Well, is there any doubt, Mark, who he's looking for on 3rd downs? It's Pauly Truth. I mean, he's looking for old 85. That's his security blanket out there. That's his binky. That's what makes him feel safe on third downs because he knows that this guy and him have history of converting those. Nice job. Hey, and it could be a play like that where the quarterback puts the ball up, the receiver makes the play, and that's what sparks this offense.
Pauly Truth listed as 6'6". Might as well be 8'8" out there. The way he is much bigger than the defender. Here's a handoff on first down. We'll pick up 4 yards. But yeah, Pauly Truth. We talk about, around the league. We talk plenty about Pauly Truth and his incredible contract as the #1 tight end, and you'd want to see him get the ball more.
You have to. You've devoted so much of your salary cap to him. He has to produce.
Type attack, Wolford down the middle. We'll find, again, Pauly Truth, and they're going to make him produce there. Another nice catch down the middle. Going to keep the chains moving.
And this is exactly what Chicago needed. They needed a rhythm. They looked so out of rhythm to start this game, particularly their quarterback. And look, that's the guy that gets this engine to run, right? If there's a gasoline to an engine here in the SFL, that's type attack. If he's gone sour, the whole thing isn't going to work. So type attack's going to settle down. And what better way than to go to old number 85? And that, super big contract. Right now, earning it, though, on every play.
Type attack will throw again. We'll find... is that Pauly Truth? No, not quite Pauly Truth, but great catch. This time by Bobby Tarantino, who picks up only his 3rd reception in the season.
Well, you did. Mark, he talked to Type Attack before the game, and one of the names that he said that to maybe look for to have a standout game is Tarantino. They said this guy's been looking good in Sims all week, in practice all week, and that his number's been popping off this week. So this could be the hot hand, a nice combo. You'd be surprised, though. You go look in the stats. It's actually wide receiver John Fullerton that leads this team in receptions. We'll probably be calling his name soon.
I wouldn't be surprised if we call his name in this play here, as you got 4 wide receivers on the line. Patak will throw. Patak will find the end zone. And you're right. Well, not John Fullerton. It's Caleb Giffis.
Hey.
It was Fullerton, but Caleb gets a touchdown, his first off the season.
I was about to fill out my bingo card. I thought I'd hit big, but no, look at how wide open Giffis gets here. Puts a terrific move on that first defender that's in zone. Able to find the soft coverage in the zone, in the end zone, offering a huge target for his quarterback. I mean, I don't think there's been an easier pass play tonight than the one we just saw for 6.
And he had to navigate the defense as he was jammed early on in that route, but able to find his end point. Type attack able to find Caleb at that end zone, and that's 7 on the board for Chicago as the extra point is good. They answer back well and tell Bojer City, your ball, you're up. What do you want to do? What do you think they're going to do here, Steven?
I don't think they changed the game plan. Look, offensively, Bojer City, they're almost equally as good through the air as they are on the ground. I still think, though, that getting Rob Noel going is going to be a key to them game, just based on what these defenses have done this season. But you're going to start feeling the pressure down 4 now. I know it's still early here in the first quarter. The game plan doesn't change for you. But at some point, you're going to need to get that passing offense going as well. And they've done pretty good tonight. I mean, Chicago really just now came alive. So this is not even a sweat for Bojer City at this point.
We'll line up in split spread once again. Nice tackle here at the line. I'll take this opportunity to introduce the Chicago defense. Defensive linemen are Jad McPherson, Peter Merck, and DeBrickershaw Molyneux. The lone linebacker, DJ Kilgannon. Cornerbacks, Havel Ramsey, Zachary Hamburger, Derek Majors, Rookie Robinson, and Meliodas Manning. And the safeties are Cronkworthy, Alex Bond, Dylan Bamschuler, and JJ Bailey. Here's second down. It's going to be a quick throw and catch that's complete. And these quick catches to the left or right side have been working wonders. This time it was to Vin Cali.
Yeah, they like that one-on-one coverage, and they like having their receiver do on a slant route. They're just a quick slant route, able to really shield off the defender so they has no chance to get any type of pass defense or interception there. And it's just a quick moving of the chains. Man, I wish I could do that every play.
Good spread once again for Bojer City. Really like to run out of this play. It's a halfback ISO. Once again, another tackle for 2 yards. Rob Noel will be tackled by number 31, Dylan Bamschuler.
Man, Noel had that great first run in that first series. absolutely blew up the defender in the middle of that line and took off for
Yes.
about 20 yards. Ever since though, it's like Chicago, they have just tightened down and they're having a hard time running right now.
Almost quick feeling quarter comes to a close here. That's one down as Chicago leads 7-3. Bossier City though has the ball here with a chance to answer and put points back on the board, potentially for the lead, potentially for 3 more. It's first down once again here as Pickler will line up with the lone halfback in the backfield. It's Rob Noel. Got 2 tight ends out there. One is Garrison Blue. They're going to motion number 84, the other tight end, Adam Williams, from the left to the right here. See what Pickler decides to do. He's going to hand it off to Rob Noel, who dived down the middle. Great opening by the offensive line, and Noel picks up 7.
Well, they take Noel right down the middle of the field, but a great job by the defender. He didn't, I think it was number 24 there. I think it was Hamburger, that he wasn't able to get the tackle, but he did enough to hold on and before to let his friend come over and stop that from being a first down or maybe even a touchdown, really.
3rd and 3, split throw here for Bossier City. Handoff. Nemchik won't get the first down. In fact, he's going to be tackled for a loss. And Chicago once again halting a 3rd and short run play. Bossier City cannot come up with anything, and they're going to punt.
And I think actually that was the backup running back. And here we go again. You know that having that inactive players is on the critical 3rd down. It's hurting this team right now.
A punt will end up in the end zone. That's a touchback. So Chicago, a great defensive drive, and they're going to start at their 20-yard line. So type attack is going to be back out there in the field to potentially extend the score here. Look at the total yards comparison. Bossier City has put up 123 yards, but have only 3 points to show for it.
Yeah, and they are money once they get in the red zone. They're one of several teams that are first in the league in red zone percentage, 100% for Bossier City. They just got to get past that 20, and they just haven't been able to really take full advantage of those good drives.
Type of tackle start to Pauly Truth and another inside route. Pauly will break 1 tackle, will be tackled at their first down. They're going to get to their, looks at the 33-yard line. Great throw and catch here.
And Mark, I think we both sensed that this game really changed early here. Once Pauly Truth made that big catch, and things just seemed to open up for the Chicago offense, and then everybody's open.
Pauly Truth now up to 3 catches in 5 targets for 49 yards. Type of tackle throw to his right, that is tipped. Great defensive play by Bossier City. Let's actually introduce you to Bossier City's defenses. We haven't had a chance to do so here. We got Stephen Fellows II, Rob Foraker, Biff Markham, and Joe Boomack-Slim on the line. Linebackers Bogey Barr and Freddie Trammell. Cornerbacks Pink Lisa, Michaela Foraker, Seward Zamilia, and Gunny McGuire. And the 2 safeties Bob Funk and Zach Holdorf. Type Attack's going to motion his running back to the line here. He's got 4 wide receivers now, essentially. Tackle throw, the tackle will throw, will find his man, no! Unable to connect here with Caleb Giffis. Caleb had a touchdown earlier, but this throw to him this time is incomplete.
Yeah, I thought it was a good job by the quarterback staying in the pocket, giving his receivers time to get open. And I thought he put the ball in a place where, Giffis should have came down with it. It looked to me like it dang near hit him in the chest, but the defender there just so quick to pop the ball out.
Trips right here for Ty. Ty will look to throw. Ty feels the pressure. He will scramble, but he's too quick on his foot. He breaks away against the first tackler, but will be brought down. Cannot find the first down, and the drive will stall here. It's 4th and 4.
Well, we talked to Garrison Blue, the defensive coordinator, the head coach, defensive coordinator, and offensive coordinator here in Bossier City. And that was one of the keys to the game for him, was to try to figure out a way to stop type attack. He nearly got away from all of them there, but they did a good job of wrangling them in.
Flag on the field here on the punt return. You see who it's against. It looks like it might be a face mask. Incidental? Yeah. We'll see what it is. It's incidental face mask. Bossier City will get extra yardage on this return. And Coach Ty not too happy with that.
No, and that was Ramsey there on the penalty. But give credit to Dave Access. A lot of those times for a punt that in that range where the defenders are so close, a lot of those times the punter will call a fair catch. Dave Access, fearless guy there, and just went ahead with it, and actually his team benefited.
Ooh, huge hit against Rob Noel. It almost feels like we've been seeing more and more of this run defense start to tighten up and get these tackles for losses. That's already the 5th tackle for loss by the Chicago defense. Can you believe it?
Well, yeah, I mean, they've been, and that was J.J. Bailey there able to fill the gap. They're just sending people in and really finding all the closing these rushing lanes. What a great pass.
Oh, great pass indeed. I tell you what, Steven, this post route by the outside wide receiver has been working for almost every receiver of Johnny Pickler. Another one right there, and finds his man, and what a great play.
Yeah, they found a lot of success on those arrow routes, and basically just sending the receiver right off the line at an angle, and they've been not necessarily wide open, but with these big receivers in Bossier City, able to get the ball.
Throw by Pickler, incomplete. Throw to the feet of Vin Calia, unable to collect the ball. That's a little too low for his liking.
And had an opportunity as well, because it looked like the defender there took a wrong step. And that could have been going for 6 if they would have connected. But a little miscommunication, the timing just a little bit off there.
Chicago with a 3-front look will blitz 2 extra defenders. The completion here is good for 5 yards. That's to number 81, Jeff Banfield. And it's going to be 3rd down once again for Bojer City.
And Banfield actually on that route ran into Bansler. And that had a little bit of a rubbing route there. They against each other. That would have been even bigger, more yardage if not for that little route disruption.
Oh, almost had a man there. That little Garrison blew it in. Couldn't collect it. The pressure too much on Garrison to be able to collect it. And that is another punt, the 3rd in a row for Bossier City.
I think Pickler just put a little bit too much air under the ball. If he had zipped that in there, that would have been a big game once again for Blue. But it just, the lob, the air under the ball allowed the defender to get there just in time to knock that away.
So Bossier City here will punt. It's going to be another touchback. So their first drive, Steven, went for 66 yards. It's a 31-yard field goal. Followed by a 36-yard drive. A decent amount of yardage gained, punt. A 21-yard drive, punt. And this one was a 20-yard drive, punt again. So the yards are getting collected, but the points are not. They gotta convert in some of these drives one of these times here. So now Chicago with another chance here on the field. Type attack will throw once again to his right. Incomplete, as that was great one-on-one coverage by Bossier City.
Yeah, terrific job by Gunny McGuire out there. But to go back to your point about Bossier City's offensive woes since that first series, let's not forget it was a big run by Rob Noel that really exploded that series to get them points, and they haven't been able to rush the ball with that much success since. I think that's key to that.
Dak will line up again with 3 wide receivers. He really likes his formation. Throw down the middle is good. Wow, 2 wide receivers on what looked like vertical routes, and he had to pick which one was more wide open. He picks right, and Caleb Giffis gets his 2nd catch of the evening.
Yeah, and look at this, Mark. Look at the extension by Giffis. Oh, wow. Both arms up in the air. He's not trying to one catch it and fancy it. He's going to put both hands up on the ball, and that's what they call high pointing the ball, Mark, and able to jump and high point that ball. That ball is going way out of danger, or he's going to catch it, one of the two.
Swing pass. This one is to number 40, the tight end Dean Jackson, who they line up in the backfield out of that formation. It will pick up, we'll say 4 yards, so a good amount. That's essentially a nice run there.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If you don't want to have a traditional running game, there are still ways to get those kinds of yards, and that's a perfect example.
Dak will throw again. Dak with these deep step backs, and he's going to complete to Pauly Truth once again. Going to be his 4th completion of the day, putting him above 50 yards for the night.
And we talk about the go-to guy here for attack, right? You're always looking for 85. to get those clutch conversions. We're used to seeing 85 running down the field, but when he needs to get something done short, oh yeah, he is also a tight end. He's not just a big playmaker. He's actually a tight end who can get it done down the middle.
Empty set. Starts to the right, incomplete. Great one-on-one coverage again by Bojer City. This time, it's number 32, Michaela Foraker on the coverage, but flag on the play. They'll say she committed pass interference. Oh no, let's see the replay.
Yeah, they were both falling down here. Okay, I see it. Yeah, maybe a little bit of the shoulder into Polly. It is a bang play though. My goodness. And if you're Michaela Foraker, we talked about her pregame, me and you. You know, she was most improved player last year. She was named that, and had her first All-Star game appearance. But so far this season, you know, only 7 tackles, 1 pass defense, and now she's got that pass interference call on her.
Empty set here for Ty. He'll throw to his left, almost picked. Number 38 there, deflecting the ball. Gunny McGuire putting his second pass deflection on the board. Bojer City now up to 7 pass deflections in the evening. That's actually McGuire's third, so he's putting up some good deflection numbers here.
Yeah, and he was literally the last line of defense. If that ball gets above or past him, that's a touchdown.
Watch the pressure on the outside by Bojer City on the right side. It's Rob Foraker who lines up wide, but he'll be blocked here. Ty has some great pass coverage. Will swing it out here to Polly Truth, but he's going to break a tackle. Oh, he cannot stay in bounds. He had green space there, Steven.
Yeah, I kind of held my breath. I think most people watching at home did as well whenever you see your quarterback throw across the field like that. Typically, that doesn't really work out well, but Polly Truth, one-on-one, big guy. We talked about him being 6'6". He looks like he's 7 foot, and he's out there one-on-one, breaks the tackle, but just can't get the angle back around before getting out of bounds.
So third down, trips right once again. For Ty, he's going to scramble. Nobody's in front of him. He picks up 15 yards. And that's the threat of the legs of Ty Patak, the steam engine.
Yeah, and that's why you build an offense around him, right? Those kind of plays, when everything breaks down, you know that he can always turn on the jets, and he's as fast as some of these DBs that are out here. So he's outpacing them, and the only way, typically, you can't catch him from behind, so you're going to have to rely on your teammates to break away and try to hit him, but not until he gets past that first down marker.
Empty set for Ty. He's going to throw. It's incomplete. It's actually overthrown Polly Truth and almost in the hands of number 24, Pink Lisa. Almost could have come away with the interception.
Yeah, if you're the defensive coordinator there in Bojer City, man, you're like tearing your hair out because interception opportunities don't come across every day like that one. I mean, literally threw it into a sea of white shirts and nobody came down with it.
Rob Foraker lining up wide once again. Watch the bottom of your screen here. It's going to be picked up again on the block. Ty has all the time in the roll, but blitz is coming. But, they caught through him. Stephen Fellows, the big guy, caught up to Ty Patak.
Stephen Fellows, look at you, man. Look at the big fella with the speed. We just talked about cornerbacks not being able to catch up to the speed of Ty Patak, but a big old 77 defensive lineman's able to do so. That's crazy.
5 are blitzing, and Ty will pick up his the ball here. Unable to get the first down. Once again, trying to make it work with his legs, but Chicago, after yielding so many yards, will force a field goal.
Yeah, actually, Bojer City, the defense stepped up big right there. They had I think they had a QB spy there. That's a really good idea to have as Chicago there gets the field goal to make it 10-3. But just a good job by the defense staying at home, and Ty Patak he just had to get down because he knew he was going to get rocked if he didn't. So he had to settle for the field goal here.
And that will put Chicago up 10-3 with 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. That was an 11-play, 65-yard drive ending in a field goal, about the 3-minute drive. Stats brought to you by Justin Reside and Ron Haynes. Thank you guys there on the stats track, making us broadcasters look 2 times smarter minimum.
Yeah, there are essentially our chat GPTs over here, making us look good. But look, I talked about Dave Access being one of the more dangerous returners in the game. He almost It showed you why right there, able to twist out of one tackle and nearly broke away. And they could have really used it because they're down a touchdown here. Need to try to get some points on the board. Still, despite how each team has played, it's a one-score game, Mark.
It is still a one-score game, but it's up to Bojer City to try to make up that one score. Here's the run to Rob Noel. He picks up about 4 yards, but Meliodas Manning, oh no, he goes down. One of the 3 potential players that Coach Tack expected to have a breakout game tonight will go down, and that's a huge blow to this Chicago defense.
Yeah, luckily they've got 5 corners that are on this team, so
true,
I think they're going to be next man up and be okay. We're hoping that Manning isn't out for long, but yeah, that could be a potential blow there.
Let's spread here. Noel will get the handoff. Noel gets caught up behind his own lineman, and that'll slow him down enough for Bamschler to make the tackle.
Yeah, not doing himself any favors there, getting caught up on his own lineman. But, a lot of times we're saying, the running back got caught up. Let's give a lot of credit to the defensive line. They're actually making that push and pushing those linemen into the running back. So give them a lot of credit for that push.
I spread on 3rd down. Incomplete, and 3rd down woes continue here for Bojer City, who now has missed 6 of 6 3rd down.
Wow. And there's been a stark difference. We see that ball go to Pauly Truth all the time on the other side of the ball, right? And then Pauly Truth coming through with those 3rd down conversions. And here nobody's quite stepped up yet for Bojer City.
Well, that was only the 5th 3rd down, but all 5 3rd downs incomplete. That first field goal, that drive didn't have any 3rd down except for the one that ended it. And it just goes to show you the defense that Chicago has put out tonight they got something on defense here, Steven.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Their defense is playing outstanding and knocking it down and giving their offense more and more opportunities here to put points on the board. Like here, maybe get some more points on the board before the first half.
Whoa. Oh, what was that play? It looks almost like it was broken up, but they make something out of nothing here. It's a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, that was weird. I'll be honest with you. That looked funny from the start, like things just broke down quickly. And again, improvisation by type attack. We've seen it all game, able to make something out of nothing.
Tie back on the line here. Will throw. That's incomplete. 3rd and 8.
Yeah, and that's, both quarterbacks struggling with accuracy a little bit. Throwing at the feet of their receivers has been something we've seen tonight already.
We hit the 2-minute warning here in the first half, folks. Chicago still holds a 10-3 lead here, but this game is slowly grinding to a halt as points are far and few between. We'll see if Type Attack and company can add to their lead here with 2 minutes remaining. All timeouts there. Trips look for Ty. He will look to pass. He's going to scramble quickly. He almost jukes one guy. He will end up for a 1st down.
Yeah, he's quick on the trigger finger sometimes when it comes to running the ball. Like you saw that initial hesitation, like just for a second he wanted to run. He thought he saw somebody go get open and then just made his decision.
Back in the ball game here with 1 minute 39 to go. Type Attack will throw. Type Attack has time. Type Attack will run it, and here comes the tackler. Run down, man. Type Attack is he's gonna be in a body bag after this game, full of ice. The way he's being hit here.
Yeah, I'm thinking his endurance has to be great because he's running around every other play. He's having to run around in the pocket, creating more time for his receivers. I think it's going to pay off though. Eventually, this defense is going to get tired of it, all of his kind of antics, and these receivers are going to get open.
4-man front for the defense against this empty look for Chicago. Ty will once again scramble a little slow here on the run coverage. Is Bojer City, they're going to let Chicago have a 3rd and 2 attempt here. What do you think they're going to do here? They're not really calling a timeout here.
I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to maybe, throwing that to the out to the tight end. Not sure. I mean, it could be anything. If it's Type Attack's decision, he'll run it.
Gonna throw it. Pressure is there. He'll be sacked. The first sack, or perhaps the second of the ball game. But he's so elusive that you don't feel like he's had a sack.
No, and look, and I think if he had to do it over again, he could get away. There was nobody in front of him. Like in the middle of the line was absolutely open. He could have got the first down fairly easily. The defender just does a great job getting around, and the Patak decides to stay in the pocket, and that causes that sack.
That struck will confirm that is the first sack of the ball game by Bojer City, provided by the defensive end Rob Foraker on that one. End the drive and the half. 2 down, 2 to go. We are at halftime, and Chicago leads this ball game 10-3. Bojer City down 7 points. Only one score game here, Steven. It's been one of those halves. What do you think Bojer City has to change, if at all, here to try to, come away with any points?
Yeah, at first, and my keys to the game, one of the keys to my game was running the football. They needed to run successfully. I don't really think they did that very well. And being down a man, that does kind of hurt you in that area. So maybe you need to turn it to Pickler and his arm, and let's see if we can make this a shootout and win it through the air. As for Chicago, I think their offense has been dynamic. We've loved what we've seen from Patak. He's been the halftime player of the game so far. Over 50 yards rushing, over 100 yards and a touchdown through the air. This guy's the ultimate playmaker here in the SFL, and they're really relying on him and good old Pauly Truth through this offense to have that small lead that they do have. But I'm sure both teams would love to see more points on the board, so we need to see more offense out of both of these teams. We're used to this in this league, Mark. Sometimes in the SFL, there'll be a slow first couple quarters, and then in the third or the fourth, they just explode for a ton of points. I think we've probably got that coming here soon.
We'll hope that is the case here. Here's the return. A fumble. Who's going to get it? Okay, Chicago collects it. They're going to say, we're not going to turn this over on our opportunity here. And what a start here. I wonder if this is going to turn the tides here as far as offense for either team.
I don't think it. I think it's still. I mean, if Bojer City comes away with that ball, that I think it absolutely does. Chicago retains it based on what we've seen from their offense. They've been looking good. The more this game has kind of progressed, they seem to be finding their more favorite targets, finding favorable opportunities. They probably continue to do so.
Wow. Shovel pass here. Patak, I think, intended to throw to the tight end who was lined up at the halfback, but the tight end just got caught up on the line. Patak tried to find him, so just shoveled it to him, and Dean Jackson was just too busy trying to fight the defensive lineman.
Yeah, a lot of trash to try to throw that through, but you never know what Patak's going to do. It's fun to watch.
Triple look here once again. And look to pass. Oh, it's going to be sacked second time in about a minute. Foraker, that's number 2.
Yeah, absolute headhunter right here, man. Able to goes untouched. There's 2 guys that can block him there. If you're Patak, you're probably talking to those guys in the huddle like, what happened there, guys? Absolutely demolished. And one of the worst things, and maybe the bigger sins, is that it wasn't to his blind side. He should have saw it coming. He just had his eyes down the field. Foraker, though, taking over this game here a little bit.
Yes, Rob Foraker has been lining up wide almost every single play here, trying to get to the backfield. Finally gets there twice now. Oh, pressure almost there once again, but Ty lets go of the ball quickly. We'll find Pauly Truth. If you need to throw the ball quick, make sure to throw it to your base target out there.
And look, there are times it feels like in this game where the defense can take over a series. That absolutely happened right there. Despite the completion of the pass and it going to the Pauly Truth guy that we've been talking about all night on third down, the pressure was so quick and so fast. That was the best they could do in that situation, was make it 4th and 5.
Bojer City going to be stopped, and they're going to start at their 21-yard line. You're watching Simulation Football League action here on the Virtual Football Network. This week on VFN, SFL Week 5 is on tonight and Monday, and the UFL's final 3 weeks of the regular season continues Saturday and Tuesday. No other network gives you more football. The SFL lives on BFN. First down at their 21-yard line. Pickler back here on the field. The wideouts mirroring what Chicago has been doing all night here. There's been the motion Garrison blue. From left to right. Pickler will toss it to the left to Rob Noel. Rob Noel cannot get any yards. This run defense is looking spectacular tonight. Many doubters out there against this Chicago run defense with DBs out there taking up the spots of linebackers, but they have been doing well in the last 2 quarters. Second down here. Oh, pressure! Chicago this time will find their way to Pickler and bring him down for a sack.
And Havo Ramsey, and again, we call his name again this time. Wow, the offensive lineman not able to get hands on to Ramsey. Can't catch the speedy defender out of the backfield coming after him. Wow, just sacks for sacks here. Defense is making big plays. Very long third down here.
Very long third down, and they've been struggling all night long. Pickler will throw, tries to scramble. That's not good news when you're 3rd and 13 and you have to try to scramble and you don't have type attacks jets.
Yeah, and look, the opportunity, both of these defenses taking over here in the third quarter early. Both of them making huge plays, sacking the quarterback, putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback there. Chicago able to pin their ears back and come after Pickler on a 3rd and long and get to the quarterback so quick. Great field position now.
And great return here by Chicago. Still up with the return. And they're going to start at Bojer City's 25-yard line. What an insane return by Bobby Tarantino. He only has 2 receptions in the season prior to this game, but his returning skills are legit.
Well, Bobby is making up for that fumble that he had in the previous kick return there with a big running play that's going to shift the momentum of this game. If it wasn't already going Chicago's way, it is absolutely going Chicago ways now. If there's a Rick meter out there that's probably drunk at a bar right now, the Rick meter saying all the way Chicago. They're already in field goal range.
You got to be careful. Steven mentioned the Rick meter. I think he's going to start charging people for trying to use his favorite, trademark here. Type of tackle throw to the right, wide open, but incomplete. What a great hit by Bojer City to jar that ball loose. It was number 32, I think, Michaela, on that hit.
They were absolutely right. Michaela Forker, nice hit on what looked to me like that was going to be an easy pitch and catch, but Michaela Forster comes with the big hammer, knocks that ball away.
This time, Stephen Fellows lines up wide. Pressure coming in. Oh, throw to the lineman. He didn't have anyone eligible downfield to open, so instead throws it to his lineman and type attack. We'll get a few yards out of it, but a quick decision making.
Yeah, I think this is the second time we've seen that. I don't know if it went to Jackie Jones both times, but that is a weird little wrinkle that they put in. And, nobody's preparing for the offensive tackle to catch the ball.
Type attack will throw him 3rd down. Didn't need his legs to make it because who else but Bobby Tarantino there open to get the catch in the 1st down. And now they're rolling. Now they're knocking on the door here of the end zone.
Well, this is patent type attack. Run with the ball, throw on the run. Tarantino, great job of knowing where the 1st down marker is, having a little dig route right where he knows that he'll convert, and then his quarterback on the move, able to deliver a dot for the 1st down.
So since earlier in this ballgame, type attack is now up to 53% completion rate, 14-4-26. Only Pauly Truth with over 50 yards tonight. Type attack will pitch it to the right side. That's a gain of about, 3 yards here. I believe that's number 34, the quote-unquote backup, as they don't have an actual starter. That's James Stewart on the pitch play.
And I think, if I remember correctly, that might be only the 2nd rushing attempt we've seen from a running back, a quote-unquote running back.
Throw here to the end zone, type attack. Trying to find a man, but no siree, says number 32. Kind of got a name, Michaela, again on the deflection. So she's already collected or put on 2 pass deflections minimum in this ball game.
Yeah, and it was a good job by Pink Lisa, actually the one who tips the ball there in the back of the end zone. But Tarantino just ran out of room, and Type Attack tried to fit it in there, but Pink Lisa actually is the one that actually gets to tip that ball away. This being this close to the end zone, that coverage back there in the back of the end zone is tough.
So Ty will throw again. Will try to reach the end zone, but incomplete. As I think number 32 was on the coverage there, making this catch difficult here. We'll see on the replay. Balichu just runs a vertical route. Oh, it's number 34, Stewart Zamelia, making that a difficult throw and forcing the 4th down for a field goal.
If you're Zamelia, that's a tough coverage, right? Pauly Truth on a bit of a post route in the end zone. You've got a 6'6" target there for Type Attack to find. Does a great job one-on-one against him to knock that ball away.
Another solid drive. Called here before making it to the end zone, but it's enough for a field goal. And Chicago now up 2 scores, 13-3. See even the pace the pace this game is going. 10 points seem like a mountain to try to get out of.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Bojer City hadn't been able to score that all game. But that particular series, that's the Tarantino series right there. I mean, remember, he got great field position off that punt because of the defense and them able to really stop Bojer City. And then Tarantino with the big first down conversion.
Here's a solid return by Bojer City themselves. It's number 10, Dave Axis on the return. And we keep talking about his returning abilities. Already 136 return yards. That's an average of 27 per kickoff return, but this is one of the better ones for him this season, starting them at the 33-yard line. First down and 10 at 33. 5 minutes to go here, Steven. They gotta have more sense of urgency.
I agree.
Change of play on the line as Pickler sees something he doesn't like on defense. But it's going to be a handoff down the middle. It's going to be Rob Noel picking up first down, a 14-yard pickup.
Yeah, and the blocking was so incredible. Rob Noel, just look at the wide open hole there. Good decision making to go out to initially to the right, then into the left. Did unfortunately run into a defender there at the end of that, but everything up to that point to get that first down was just tremendous blocking, opening up such a wide rushing lane for him.
Handoff. Namchek will pick up 2, they say, as the tackle was made by number 20. Havu Ramsey actually lined up inside the box there for a tackle after 2 yards. Second and 8 here. This is the first time we see this look. The pair slot formation for Pickler. He might look to throw it to Rob Noel again. Could be a pitch play. Look at those extra blockers. No, it's the throw. Pickler to the right. Complete on the corner route. Number 81 is going to run. Oh, he broke the tackle. He broke the tackle, Steven, and he's in the end zone. How did Jeff Banfield do it?
One man just flipped this entire game on its head. Jeff Banfield, the individual effort. First of all, Pickler, there is no defense for the perfect pass. Pickler perfectly sets up this deep corner, and with Banfield able to reach out, but then it's all number 81, right? Able to break that tackle, able to spin out of that tackle into the end zone, touchdown. My goodness, Bojer City, they absolutely needed this. This could be the spark to really get them back into this game.
You could hear the cartoon sound effect of the sliding sound as he made that spin move, made the defender look silly. And most of the time you see that, deep safety help. And even if a quarterback tries or a wide receiver tries to spin out of it, typically around the league, the cornerback or the safety makes a tackle anyway. But outplayed, outran, and outmatched for a touchdown. And Bojer City trying to grapple the momentum back to their side. Chicago will try to answer back here. Their lead cut down to 3. What do you think is going to happen here, Steven?
Well, you would hope that Bossier City would feel the momentum off that huge play that Banfield just gave them, and will be able to step up here on defense and give their offense an opportunity to take the lead. I'm sorry, but because that momentum, you want to take advantage of it, right? But again, Chicago, they have been relatively steady. Obviously, with Patak, anything can happen. He's throwing shovel passes out there. He's throwing to the offensive tackle. He's running all around the field. So it's one of those things where, man, this guy can make anything happen at any moment.
Here's Ty to throw once again. We'll throw it in the middle, and that's just an easy pass to an open route. Number 18, Caleb Giffis, getting another catch tonight.
Yeah, and the name we haven't called is John Fullerton, right? We've talked about John Fullerton leading this team in receptions, but they've gone to nearly everyone else, and particularly this guy here. Giffis has been an absolutely outstanding receiver for them tonight. So is Tarantino, and of course, Pauly Truth.
I will throw. That's good for a gain of 6. Pauly once again there on that middle inside route. These short passes setting up, second and short, and if Ty will throw, he can also scramble it.
I have one of those kind of legendary tight ends on my team as well, and I can't tell you what a luxury it is to have someone like her, Procopo in my case, to be that security blanket for me.
Pressure there, as it made it made Ty let that ball loose a little awkwardly, and it's incomplete 3rd and 4 here. But yeah, to your point, Steven, these great tight ends make themselves a mismatch nightmare, as they have a huge frame lining up against smaller cornerbacks. Type attack will throw here on 3rd and short. That's good. Pauly Truth on an easy in route once again. He's making the defense look silly, taking advantage of those zone coverages.
And look, I think Chicago had a guy wide open at the top of the screen there. I don't think there was anybody for 20 yards around that guy, but it didn't matter to Ty Patak. We've seen him. He gets laser focused on 85 when he needs that 3rd down conversion.
Oh, what a throw by Ty. What a catch by Caleb Giffis. On the run, on stride, rises up to the ball and brings it down to the earth.
That Michael Jordan icon that's on Jordan Brand? That's the pose that I see Giffis do on the regular in this game. Like, he is going up, both feet out, both hands out, and he's pulling in some of those. I mean, just not an overthrown passes, just some powerful high passes, and he's bringing them in like they're the easiest thing in the world.
A handoff. Here's the fumble. Chicago recovers it, but a scary almost turnover. Giffis keeps it in for Chicago. It moves. Well, it doesn't move the chain. It picks up only 2 yards after that play, but scary moment there for Chicago's offense.
Yeah, if you're going to traditionally run the ball maybe 3 times in a game, like one of those 3 times, it just can't be a fumble. Like it just can't be. You're already not relying on it, and now a fumble like that makes you want to rely on it less. Just give it to Patak.
Patak will scramble. Patak will almost get the first down. It's 3rd and 1 here. I think this is tricky. We haven't seen plenty of 3rd and 1s for Chicago. It's mostly 3rd and long, 3rd and medium, and then Ty scrambles. Let's see what they line up here. It's this formation they like to pass on.
Hey, Mark, I want to go to the offensive tackle.
Oh, there you go, Ty Patak into the end zone. They say he gets it.
Oh.
He sneaks a toe in, and they say he broke the plane with his left shoe.
Oh, I think we're probably going to look at that. Let's see. I mean, look, it's close. What a great job of Patak again. You said, what are we going to do? 3rd and 1, we haven't had a lot of those. Oh, we'll just roll the quarterback out, let him get into wide open space, and let him put his nose down and try to get into that end zone, and there's the challenge.
Yes, head coach Garrison Blue has to make that challenge. That looked too close for comfort, as this challenge, successful or not, is basically a 6-point flip, depending on if it goes their way. We'll see here. What we want to see is if any part of Ty breaks the plane here. This is not the best angle here.
Not a good angle.
The referees they feel good with that angle, I guess. And let's see what the decision is. It's overturned.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, you never want to take points off of the board, but Mark, this is an opportunity for me and you. I think this could be an offensive tackle touchdown. That would be amazing if we could get that. That'll be for sure on the highlight show if we can get that here. But look,
Yes.
you talked about 3rd and 1, a type attack again. I think it's type attack here.
Yeah, just run a quarterback draw play, a lead draw, or perhaps a sneak. They have it in the playbook. It's another draw. Type attack will finally find the end zone. The defense were confused. They didn't know if it was a run play or a pass play, but Patak knew that it was a scoring play. 6 points more on the board for Ty and company.
I don't know how they were confused. Me and you weren't. We knew what was coming. You know what I mean? But he ran a long way. For maybe a QB sneak would have worked in that situation. He ran probably an extra 20 yards, but still the results are the results. They're able to get in the end zone. So great job there by Chicago. And again, just some clutch plays made by Giffords. Came with some big catches. Polly Truth continues to be solid as he always is. And then it's the unknown nature of the Houdini of the SFL in type attack, and you just never know what part of the Swiss Army knife of moves he's going to pull out. He's going to throw it. He's going to run it. He's going to, throw it to the offensive lineman. He's going to. We've talked about all the different things he could do, and here it's just beautiful to watch. It's really fun to watch. I'm sure traditionalists are not liking it, but I think for me and you, this is great fun to watch all the things that he's doing out here.
I love it. I'm a big proponent of quarterback runs because in this game it gets those defenders confused here. Bojer City will land up at their 20-yard line. Pressure's coming, but Pickler will be able to throw. And that was in the hands of the defender there, Steven, and almost taken away by Derek Majors for his 2nd interception, potentially of the season. Instead, it's just a deflection. Wow. Well, 2nd and 10 here. You look at the comparison of rushing yards at the top of your screen. Despite not being the team with a starting running back, Chicago with 84 yards. Pickler cannot outrun the speedier defender there. Number 31 rushing from the edge. The safety Babschler puts up a sack on the board.
Yeah, and the advancement's been all over the field tonight, doing a great job here, just able to get to, again, Pickler's blind side, holding the ball just a little bit too long, wanting to run out of the pocket, feeling the pressure, just not able to get away.
Pickler will throw on 3rd and very long. Pickler will find a man. Oh no, he's open again. He's there again. Jeff Banfield. Oh, I thought he had all the space in the room. Finally, Chicago says, you're not going to do it again. We're not going to make it 2 for 2 on the broken play for a touchdown. Oh, golly gee.
And running wide open for the longest time is Banfield. And it would be him, right? The guy that just made an unbelievable play in the previous series, really got you back into this game. They need to be looking for where 81 is, and they need to be targeting him. This guy's playing out of his mind right now.
137 yards already for Jeff Banfield. Rob Noel will break a tackle. Rob Noel, oh no! We got a penalty here as we wait for this penalty. It's going to be a face mask. It's going to give extra yards here for Bojer City. It's going to be 1st and 3. We have a quick update here from Cam in the other game. Cam, what's happening over there?
Thank you, Mark. Denver and Carolina, a nail biter in Raleigh. This is a 4th and inches denied from John Martin. Denver takes over. Carolina just stopped them on 3rd down and short. 20-17, Skyhawks late. Back to you.
Welcome back here to the SFL, Chicago versus Bojer City. Rob Noel will get the handoff here to get the 1st down. It's been a while, but it's 1st and goal for Bojer City here at the 10-yard line of Chicago.
And I think that's going to end the 3rd quarter, and that's good. Bojer City, man, on a nice run here. Now in the red zone, an opportunity to put some points on the board.
3rd quarter done. 4th quarter coming up. Folks, put up your 4s, your 12s, 86s, and 68s, whatever number you have there, as we are on the final frame of this ball game. As Bojer City is within striking range of time this ball game. 1 quarter to go here. If you're just joining us, Bojer City put up 3 points to start this ball game and have not scored until the huge touchdown by Jeff Banfield in the third quarter to put them 10-10. Chicago puts up another score 17-10 off of Pickler's feet here, and their lead now up 20-10. But Bojer City has a full quarter to make up those 10 points. They minimum have a field goal here, Steven, and another offensive drive minimum for a touchdown.
Yeah, well, nothing's guaranteed. You never know, but they really need to get into the end zone here. I really feel like they've rarely been in the red zone. They need to take advantage of it.
Here comes Pickler to throw. Pickler will scramble. He's going to do his best time attack impression. So close there. Will be brought down with a huge hit as Coach Garrison blew in the sideline. A little worried that his quarterback might get hurt there.
Yeah, me too. The defender, so I mean, he had wide open space in front of him. All of a sudden, the C's came in, and the defense was right there.
Offense with the offset eye Joker's look here. Is this going to be a handoff to Rob Noel? It is. It's down the middle, and they clog the lines. A defensive stop at the 2-yard line. They deny Bojer City a touchdown, and it's going to make Bojer City's life harder trying to make this comeback. It's a field goal, basically a chip shot here, but Chicago bent and did not break at all.
AJ Bailey torpedoed himself into the line to stop Noel. What a great individual effort by him to really stonewall the running back.
And as a coach, fellow coach Steven, what are your thoughts about that play, deciding to dive it down the middle that Bojer City decided to do?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough against the goal line defense, right? Just so many defenders to have to run against. And the middle has been where they've had success, but they've had also a lot of negative plays there. So, yeah, it's tough, man. Like, you would almost have hoped that Pickler had got in that previous play. That might have been their best opportunity to get 7 right there.
Well, what is done, and they can only look forward to their next chance at points on the board here. But first, Bojer City's defense have to get off the field here. Triple look for Chicago, and the defense lining up at nickel. They're showing blitzing 5, but they've never blitzed 5 out of this look here. We'll see if they actually do. Only 4 will rush. It's a short pass to the 4-yard line. Once again, Jackson lining up in the backfield and running that quick route down the middle will pick up about 4 yards. 3 yards, they say.
And you really feel like that's kind of what they want to do in place of a running game. They want to have that little short outlet by lining the tight end back in the backfield and throwing to him.
Trips look. It was going to be a throw to Pauly True. Pauly True was just in front of this defender, and nobody else going to make that catch more difficult than how pretty it looked there.
Yeah, and you're lining them up. Again, we talked about the luxury of having a target like a Pauly Truth, a tight end that can line up on the outside. You can run him to the inside and the slot out of trips, and really he can shield off, because of his size, he can shield off nearly anybody on the defense in order to give his quarterback the biggest window possible.
Shout out to everyone on chat. Rob Noel out there saying, defense, we need you to come bail us out. And defense really do need to get off this field here to give their offense chance out of play. A duck throw there to Dean Jackson. Broken up there, but great pressure by Bojer to force that difficult throw.
Yeah, terrific. I think Biff Markham was the one who was actually able to get some penetration there, but you could see type attack was not comfortable in the pocket, threw that ball quicker than he wanted to, and it resulted in that incompletion.
This will be Type Attack's 37th pass attempt in the league. Type Attack surprisingly only top 14 as far as pass attempts go. He's going to throw to his right. That was in the fingertips of his receiver. Pauly Truth had to spin around, and a little awkward there, awkward posture trying to get to it.
Yeah, but I think the expectation is he comes down with those. Those are ones that you really do in order to get your team down the field. We're just used to him making those kind of plays.
He's just 4 yards from 100, Pauly Truth is. Oh, Type Attack! Oh, who's that defender? He wasn't looking at Type Attack at all. Look at the quarterback. Don't keep your eyes out of him. Bogey Barr just stood there.
Like might not be big in stature. This guy is just. It might be a misconception that he's smaller of frame. This guy doesn't shy away from contact. Like able to break that tackle. And look, he doesn't slide like most quarterbacks do in this league. He was trying to get every yard that he could get, despite whatever hit was coming.
And with the red uniform they have on, Type Attack's looking like the Flash out there, with the speed and agility and making everyone look like fools and making everyone look frozen in places. That was the case actually for Bogey Bar. Here's the handoff down the middle as Dean Jackson, or no, this is one of their running backs, Wheatley, will get the carry. It's a 4-yard gain by the non-superstar running back, and even these players are producing for the run game.
Yeah, that's probably the best. I mean, not even probably. That's the best run we've seen from a guy off the bench to come in and do that. And what a time to do it.
Type Attack with 4 wide receivers and will hand this ball off. Ooh, huge hit here. As number 34 unable to get any more yards than 3. Tackle made by Pink Lisa. That's going to be number 8.
And you see what they want to do here. They have the lead. They know it's in the fourth quarter. They want to waste away the clock a bit. The question is, do they have the people in the backfield to do so?
Type Attack. Oh, Type Attack! This is not his fault at all. He had Bobby Tarantino wide open on that route and just unable to come away with it. Bobby Tarantino, probably one of the easier catches he could have made there.
Yeah, I think, again, another awkward twisting catch. I don't know. That might be about ball placement a bit there, too, as well, Mark. You know, it's just, we've seen that already from Pauly Truth. Now, I don't to bring down a similar pass, and now Tarantino shows you maybe the ball needs to be in a different position for the quarterback to, get the quarterback to put that ball in a different position for those receivers to make that a little bit easier on them, because we saw not back to back, but in this series twice that those catches they couldn't come down with them.
That drive lasting 2 minutes 50 seconds, starting all the way back at the 8-minute time slot, and they're gonna look at the split spread here. They've been running out of this formation all night, and a little too slow for my liking. What do you think, Steven?
Yeah, it does. It is slow to develop, isn't it? And in that time, the defense is able to really get in real good position in order to stop it. So, but we've also seen it work. So they saw something in practice that made them think they could get away with that. They just haven't got probably away with it as much as they wanted to.
I spread here with Nemchik in the backfield. There's Banfield. Banfield not in the backfield, but Nemchik in the backfield. Tongue twister there for you. Here's Pickler is down. Pickler is down. Somebody get the stretcher. Is he hurt? No, he's okay. No injuries here, but still a huge sack by Chicago. That has been killer in these drives because it's been forcing these 3rd and longs.
And Ramsey again, his second sack of the game, able to come out of the backfield, use his speed and agility to get to the quarterback fairly quickly. But Pickler held the ball quite a long time. They're trying to find somebody open.
So Bojer City are now in 4th down territory. If they don't make this 3rd down, there's a good chance they're going to go for it at 4th down. And it's a screenplay that's going to go nowhere. They decide to go on the screenplay, and that's broken up quickly by Chicago. Well-read, posting a receiver there at that zone.
And give call credit to Bamsler. Bamsler able to suss that out, and the blocking, that was terrible. If the blocking was on point, he could still be running.
4th down. Oh, no! He had a man open. He had number 18. I think that was number 18. Number 10. Number 10, Dave Axis was open. And not only was he open, he also had the red carpet to the end zone.
And I think that was Ramsey. I think that was Ramsey out there in coverage that did a great job there knocking that ball away. But, yeah, you're right. That could have been another one of those Banfield-like deep plays, and they just missed it.
And look at this, already in scoring position to end the ball game attack. Wow. Very lethal on the ground. A savage. He said, if you're not ready for me, you're not ready for anything. And he picks up the first down all on his own. He has a grand total of 300 yards on his own, and Chicago has 326 total. That means besides him, the rest of his team has 26 yards. He has 90% of all the yards of his team.
Yeah, nearly 100 rushing yards here. He's been everything to this team so far, and they're able to get the first down there. Mark didn't slide again, pushed through to get that first down.
Might hand it off here to this running back in the backfield. It's going to be some kind of a sweep or a dive, and that's going to be tackled here. 2nd and goal. It's going to keep the clock churning, and one of those rare cases where they didn't throw, and it does well for them because clock's going.
And I don't necessarily think they need to throw. I think it might be more important just to go ahead and get this clock. And whether they get 3 points or 7 points here, just got to make it more than a one score game here. So, but look, they're going 4 wide here.
They're going 4 wide. They have only run out of this formation and passed once. Might be a handoff. It is a handoff once again down the middle. Wheatley won't find anything. Number 49 will be tackled. It's number 34 in the tackle. I think that's Michaela. No, 34 is Stewart Zamilia. They keep this ball game alive. The clock isn't.
Okay, this could be it, Mark. This could be the offensive tackle touchdown we've been waiting for all game. More likely, though, again, your best running option, Patak. Your best passing option, Patak. Your best catching option, I would maybe say Patak. Probably true. but let's see what they do here. Again, I wouldn't regret them trying to do that quarterback draw again from here.
Enough. They'll settle for... Oh, it's a fumble!
Oh, no.
And it's turned over! It's turned over in the fumble at the red zone! Bossier City is in this ball game!
That's a nightmare situation here for Chicago. Nightmare situation. You've decided, not to really invest in your running game outside of your quarterback, and it burned you for 2 fumbles in this game. 2 minutes left, Mark.
At the 2-minute warning, the 2-minute warning might be beckoning the potential comeback here as Bojer City will line up a quads formation. Please do not try to call that screenplay in first down here. We've seen them throw it out of this formation already. Bickler will throw. Pressure's coming. Oh, nice catch. All right. They got 3 timeouts. They got the full length of the field to go essentially here. Yeah. They got something going out of that formation.
That looked good. I mean, that again, we've seen them find success going deep to these receivers. That was Dave Access. Look for Banfield, right? Banfield. Vin Collier's not a name that we haven't called much in this game, but boy, wouldn't it be huge if he came up big here.
No, it's picked! And it's almost on the end zone and 2 drives, back-to-back turnovers. Chicago, I think they now have a chance, their second chance at burying this game.
Well, Bansler has had a wonderful game tonight. He's been in locked down the rushing attack. And they've been doing just a great job here and covering here. The biggest interception of the night, the biggest defensive play so far, and now the opportunity for Chicago to right a wrong that their running back fumbled the ball away, or they continue to try to commit to this running game. They're just let Patak in this.
The interception of the night to potentially end this ball game. Now, again, I think they're going to run it here, but that's not a star running back in the backfield. They got to be careful to protect this ball. Wheatley will hang on. It is a loss. It's going to waste a timeout for Bojer City. 2 more downs to go for Chicago to end this ball game. They just need to keep the ball in their heads. I might as well just keep kneeling here and kick the field goal.
I wouldn't disagree with you, because every time the running back gets the ball now, I'm like, okay, 2 hands on the ball. 2 hands on the ball. Don't let go. Don't let go.
Empty set. Type attack will throw to the end zone. That's gone. Holy truth. The savage. He said we only needed to run it. We only need a field goal. take one touchdown.
Imagine the frustration by Paulie Truth and Ty Patak and all the stars here on offense for Chicago to see them potentially fumble the ball away on those running plays when they just said, you know what, just throw it to one of us, just to give us a chance to win this game right here. And he gets his prayers answered. Paulie Truth, the back of the end zone. We've seen that connection work all night so well. Man, great job by Chicago to get it through. And then also Bossier City's defense, man, they held strong. They gave this team an opportunity to tie this ball game up with 2 minutes left in the game. And it's just an unfortunate pick if you're a Bossier City fan.
Mike O'Neill in chat saying, better call 1-800-LFG. Everyone in the Chicago locker room very happy with that touchdown by Paulie Truth. I mean, at the end there, we almost had drama with a fumble by the backup running back of Chicago, and Bossier City just turns it back over. They dug their own grave and laid down in it.
I still think there's an opportunity, very slim, but let's not forget, Banfield had a big score. I'd like to see them go to him again.
Here's the throw here. They find Banfield. I mean, they do keep finding Banfield, and Pickler, despite that one interception, he is still at 100 above quarterback rating because he's made 63% of his attempts to go with a touchdown. He just hasn't thrown enough.
Yeah, they just couldn't get the running game going as much as you could tell they wanted to.
Pickler to throw to the right side. That is difficult. Talia was basically covered the defender on his tip.
I mean, the coverage was literally the definition of blanket. I mean, it was the only way that ball was going to get to the receiver if it teleported through the defender.
Up 27-13 to Chicago. Bossier City trying to make magic happen here. No timeouts, 1.5 minutes, and they're down 14. You need a huge touchdown here. Onside kick with a touchdown. Pressure's coming. Talia will get one. Keep the ball going. Are they going to spike it here? They're taking their time. They're going to throw. Pickler. Pressure again. Oh, almost has the defender. Number 29. Almost added a pick here for Chicago.
Yeah, and it looked like either Axis or Kalia was on the outside running wide open, but didn't matter. That was almost as if Pickler almost threw the ball to the defender, and the defender was so surprised by it he didn't catch it.
There's 5 in the box here for Chicago. They might rush all 5. They will. They rush 6, in fact. Pickler, he's been throwing these nice wide open passes down the middle because they're rushing 6 here out of first down. Here's Pickler to throw on the outside. Oh, number 81 backfield. He brings another tackle. He didn't get the block. Oh, no, he didn't block. Adam Williams didn't block. Banfield almost 200 yards, but he should have had those such to go with it. Pickler to throw. Oh, he's going to spike it.
Okay, we can take a breath. Banfield, we've been talking about Banfield, huge play. But look, the Chicago defender didn't get the number. What a great one-on-one stop to stop them from getting into the end zone. I mean, I know it might not mean anything here at the end of this game, but Banfield, it looked like he was again, he's been going crazy in this game. And what a wonderful tackle.
That was his third chance at a touchdown. Pressure come, no!
Yeah.
Oh, that pressure made that throw come out too soon than Pickler would have liked.
Yeah, Pickler had Garrison Blue too on the little out route, but the pressure coming from his backside was just so fast. He had to get rid of it quick, way too quick, and the timing was just thrown off because of the pressure.
Here's 3rd and goal. Quads look again. Screenplay in the playbook here. Nope, it's going to be a deep pass. Caught! Touchdown! 6 on the board, and it's Adam Williams. He gets his first reception and target of the ball game, and it's a touchdown.
Okay, I mean, look, the probabilities are probably fairly low, but it's not 0. That's the point. So go ahead and make this extra point. You're down one score, and then we're going on to the onside where anything can happen. 300 yards for Pickler on the day. Like you said, love those, man. Those little arrow routes have been going all game long. And then Banfield having maybe the game of his career. I think he's getting close, if not over 200 yards. And mainly that was on just a couple of plays. You know, it isn't like he's been targeted all night over and over again. I believe he had 7 catches in this game, but the bulk of those coming on 2 big plays. One score away. Here we go.
Is the onside kick is going to be recovered and obtained by Chicago. And that essentially is the end of the ball game. Wow. What an end. A dramatic end to basically Chicago securing the ball game a drive ago with a Polytruth touchdown, but they played an incredible ball game here start to finish.
And Mark, the perfect bow on this little win for Chicago, it was a running back who came up with that onside kick. Number 26,
Yes.
Charlie Garner, was the one who was able to reach out. Now look, that's I don't know if that's great, if that's exactly what you want if you're Chicago in the situation, but it worked out. He made up for those double fumbles, or 2 fumbles they've had in this game, and that really could have cost them early. Bossier City did a nice job of even just giving them the opportunity to get back into this ball game and make it a 1-score game again. Just not enough time, and luck there at the end wasn't on their side. Bravo to both teams. So what a game that we got tonight, Mark.
And heartbreak for Bojer City, as this is their 5th loss in a row that is by 1 possession. Folks, 27-20, victors are Chicago as they come out on top of Bojer City. An incredible performance by Ty Patak from start to finish. If I may, Steven, I think he's going to get the ball game from me.
Yeah, it's hard not to vote for him for that. I mean, Polytruth also comes to mind. I think Caleb Giff has had an excellent game tonight. I'm going to give mine, though. I think Havo Ramsey, I mean, those 2 sacks, you're getting that from, a cornerback. That's super unusual. And I really do think there was some series the defense took over in the 3rd quarter that really changed the momentum in this game, or at least kept it in Chicago's favor. So give me Ramsey, but yeah, it's hard to vote against Type Attack. So much fun to watch today. And if you're Bossier City, got to get that running game figured out, right? We got to find a way to get Rob Noel going, because once you got that end going, I think you have some explosive playmakers in the passing game, and Pickler's got the arm to throw it as good as anybody on the field. So I don't think either of these teams go think that they have a long way to go as far as winning football games based on the performance tonight.
100% agree with that. Taylor Tape has been the 2 for 6 on 3rd down. Folks, thank you once again for joining us. The night of SFL is not over. We have a couple more games coming up, but thank you for joining us. That is it for us. Have a good night, and we will see you at the next time block. See ya.